Jolan Troon, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And as promised, I want to talk about my other newest ship today, and that's the USS Akira. It's one of the new things I did once I got into the 60 plus systems, and it's a ship where people will discuss, is it a nice one, is it not so, but if I remember correctly, I've seen one of those taking part in the fight of the Enterprise E against the Borg Cube in Star Trek First Contact. So it's quite a well-known ship. It's an interceptor, which means that it's strong against battleships, and you will need this combat triangle again when you are in the 60s levels, because you can achieve a lot if you stick to the combat triangle. If you don't know what the combat triangle is, there's a video in my general help playlist about this if you are newer to the game. It's a 6-star uncommon ship, and it's a 6-star uncommon ship of the Federation, and so it's one of the three very first ships that you can buy in-game, of course, if you have the reputation of the Federation at Renowned, and if you have a shipyard level 63. So it was one of the things I wanted to have. You need one of those to upgrade your cube, unless you want to skip that, as I did before, and go to the next level with the Koskari and the Titan and so on, and just skip one level. But in the 60s, I won't do that. I will take my time, build the ship classes of every level. So I mean UC, Rare, and Epic. Then, because it takes much longer to go to the 60s levels than it did, for example, to go through the 40s levels. We will talk about this week, or this week's video session at least. I will make a video about the insane cost of building on once you are G6 or in 6-star space. That is that will take time, and so you really should consider building at least one of those, because you will have to stay there for a while. It does have a ship ability, and that's the Ion Storm resistance. My Negvar, which I talked about 2 days ago, has asteroid field resistance, and in this case the Akira has Ion Storm resistance. Those are the hazard systems we talked about in another video, and that means in those hazard systems with ion storms, the Akira can last longer than other ships. Of course, there's research for all of this as well, but this is kind of a base protection. Of course, it still gets destroyed, but slower than your other ships if you use the Akira there. And it does have 2 ship abilities that you can unlock. It does have ship cloaking. Well, they added it to the Federation as well, just out of fairness. And field repairs, I haven't unlocked any of those, as you can see, and I usually don't unlock everything there. The last cloaking I got was for my Dideridex, because a Dideridex or a Romulan warbird deserves a cloaking device, and that's why I did that. And it was good because in the special events we had some cloaking event as well, but I could have done that with my D4, which was the last ship before that got cloaking. The interesting thing is, you see it starts at the power of 1.5 billion here. It starts with a damage per round of 94 million. And compared to my 5-star epic ships, that is quite low. And I said this in the Negvar video already. I'm still using my 5-star epic ships for hostile hunt, for my dailies, and even in PvP I use them still. Because if we look at my Akira, which is tier 3 now, it got 2.1 billion power, but still 146 million only. My tier 1 Negvar I talked about 2 days ago is causing more damage than the Akira, for example. And if we look at the ship I'm using for my dailies, for example, my Rotaran still has 229 million. So it's still much stronger. It's tier 9 of course, that's a much higher tier, but it's a lower level ship, but it's still stronger than my Akira. So I'm still using the Rotaran for my hostile hunt. I need to upgrade those much more, but I will use them. I will need them for the Borg Cube, because if we look at this, my Borg Cube to upgrade it to another tier, it needs the Borg data node tier 14, and that means I have to upgrade the Negvarn, the Minerva, or the USS Akira to tier 9, and unless I skip it and then take the Titan or the Koskari. I'm not talking about the Velox. I just realized recently, because my Romulans are still at 15 billion reputation. Yeah, but that is one reason why you at least should have one of those ships to tier up the Borg Cube. And that's why mine is still low. I'm not speeding that at the moment because I really cannot tier it up anyway. So the upgrading is not my priority right now, but it will be when I get one of those to tier 9. And talking about getting them, I mentioned it already, but if we go to my Federation faction, I said you need Renowned to get it. And then you find the Akira here. You need 150 blueprints because it's a UC ship, but one blueprint costs 12,000 credits. So it's still a lot of credits that you need to collect to get it. Of course, you can speed it up a bit with Latinum, but it's not cheap. If we look here, I've got 18,000 credits, so I need another little bit more than 100,000, and that would be more than 5 million credits to get 10 blueprints. So it's something that you can do if you're missing just a few blueprints in the end. When you're impatient like I am. So I did spend about 3 million Latinum or so to finish the Negvar or the Akira, and because of my impatience. But otherwise, it's quite expensive. I mean, 15 times 6 million that you would need for that. Calculate the Latinum. Yeah, that's 90 million Latinum. I've got 32 million at the moment because of the special event. That is quite nice, but it doesn't happen so often that an event like this gives you a lot of Latinum. That's why I really like that event, despite all the bugs we had in there and the New Year's party thingy. Never mind. But with the rewards that we all got in the end, even with the compensation gifts, we could get a lot of Latinum in the event store as well. And that's what I really like, because Latinum is something that's really scarce. Is it scarce or scarce? It's scarce, isn't it? Sometimes non-native speaker, you really realize. And you need a lot of this when you're in G6. But the Akira might become a nice ship. All the G6 stuff is new to me as well. I told you that. And I have to experience it all now fresh, because it was introduced when I was playing on the server. On my other two servers, the level 61 to 70 just didn't exist that when I played in the past. So I'm experiencing all this new at the moment, and I have to have a look at many things before I can make videos about this, because it's all also new to me. And so it's quite interesting to really see new things in the game that I have never seen before, and to work my way once again through the game. As I said, going to level 61 feels a little bit anyway like starting the game all over, because of the flight times, the slow building, and everything, unless you have a lot of Latinum. And so experiencing the new ships I never had before is the same. But some of you on older servers or who spend more money will have much higher tier versions of the Akira. So let us know your opinion about the ship, how helpful it is on the higher tiers. And please write it in the comments below the video and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.